Hey guys, good to see everybody or hear everybody or whatever we're doing here. This is going to be a kind of mixed bag. These are a couple of meteorites. Figured I'd show them as they were in space at one time. But anyway, yeah, these are a couple of meteorites from South America. Both of these are from the same meteorite that came down. It landed on a mountaintop in Argentina, I think it was. But you can see these fingerprint things in there. That's one of the clues if you think you found a meteorite. You know, you usually have these little fingerprint holes in there. They call them that. And of course, this piece weighs about 5 pounds. Pretty cool rock. This is the same, off that same meteorite. It came down and broke up all over Argentina. But this one was cut in half to show you what it looks like on the inside. That's another good clue. If you found a meteorite, it'll have these lines in there. And it also has a rust, because there's iron in most of them. Most of the meteorites are iron, nickel. But anyway, that was pretty cool. I didn't find these. I bought them. So now for the smorgasbord of things here, I wanted to show this bottle. It says SC Dispensary on there. It's got the label on there, South Carolina. This is a famous bottle in South Carolina. It was when the state took over the alcohol production and kidnapped all the alcohol supplies, and then they became the only one who could sell that stuff, and it had to go through this South Carolina dispensary. And they were, you know, government crooks like we got today. Now this baby is from London. I hope you can see that on there. Armbrex Tonic. And then under that, it's cocoa wine. So this is cocoa wine tonic made in London. And this is, you know, before cocaine was illegal. You could buy this stuff, and it was very, very popular. These are some cool bottles. They were legal back then. They even had one bottle of this other one over here. Here's the Paris version. Coco Marrone Paris. These people started it all off. They had kind of a low cocaine level in there. And you can find one of these with a label on it. It's worth a lot of money. Some of the endorsements they got were from all the famous people in the world, pretty much. You know, it's also got that cocoa wine on the bottom here. But anyway, they had I think 7% cocaine solution in there. And these jobs from London came out. They kicked it up a notch because they wanted to get back into business. Well, then it came to the United States, and This one is Cola Cardanetti. Things must have started to be getting hot around there because they put a K on this one. Kind of throw off the people, you know. They had a thing where people wanted to have it on there because they didn't have cocaine in there, but they would put it on there so people would think they did. And this is made in Yonkers, New York. This one, believe it or not, is a sample. Free sample. It doesn't have anything embossed on the bottle, but it does have underneath here cocoa malt tonic. And this is also a U.S. one. They kicked up the amount once it got to the United States. There was a lot of people in competition with each other, so they keep moving it up, you know. Here's an old one I kind of like. Aso Negro, Ginebra Seca, made in Mexico. I'm pretty sure this is tequila. Oh, that's an old bottle I came across some way. Alright. I wanted to bring this knife out again because I didn't really pay it justice last time I brought it out. You know, it was like a 30-second film or something like that, but this is a real masterpiece. I called it the Devil's Knife in that other video that I did. And it's pretty mean looking. This handle is said to be rhino horn, which is pretty cool. Got that nub on there. Look, it's got the leather, some kind of hide. Might be rhino hide. I don't really know. But I've been told like this is spitting cobra skin up here. This is from the Tiv, T-I-V. It's a tribe in Africa. And there's a little bit more of that spitting cobra, and they got some real nice braiding on this thing. And look at this up in here. Boy, that's tight too, man. This thing's like over 100 years old, and that stuff is tight in there. Little thing to hold it on your belt. And then here we go with this. Yeah, this is something you don't want to get stuck with or cut by either, I guess. It wouldn't be nice. Got a nice, real nice tip on there. Get a close up maybe. How that's attached on there. It's weird. Back Let's see how long this thing is. Yeah, it's 12 inches. 12 inches is good size. At least if you're hunting lions or something. There's no markings on this anywhere. This is like hand forged steel blade. Real nice stitching continues up into here. And I think I had this in there wrong because this has got the braiding on there. Oh yeah, that feels better. So I got all the braiding on one side, and I took this knife to knife shows, gun shows. They had all the experts there. They couldn't tell me nothing about this thing, man. They didn't know where it was from, what the materials were. They didn't know nothing. I asked all over, trying to get some information on this, but no lucky. This was in that box, you know, like one of my ancestors had left a crate. It's sort of like a real cool box. It's an old foot locker that they redid. This was another knife that was in there. Some nice little etchings on there, and he's got his name on there, J. Fassett, 1932. That's pretty cool. I guess it's a throwing knife or something. Must be balanced or something like that. It's a sweet hatchet that was in there. And this thing's really got some weight to it, and I wouldn't want to be getting in the way. No deal, Jose. Here's another one. James Fassett. I can't really read the date on there, but this is the original box that thing came in. Here's the brochure. This is a Finnish fishing knife. Ooh, doggies, that thing is sharp too, man. Got something on there, oh, made in Finland. This is pretty old and pretty rare too. This wood is extinct now. You can't get this wood. It's some certain kind of birch where you cannot get that anymore. But you'll still see these knives, hunters and people going out in the backwoods, you know, to explorers and stuff. They like this knife for some reason. Oh, now we're getting a little bigger. A little bit bigger in size. This is an old Japanese bayonet. Thing is from World War II. Like whoever packaged this thing up, they packed it in some grease. Boy, this thing has been greased. Look at that, gotta be 2.5 feet, something like that. But that's pretty wild. Trying to make this as short as possible. But that's got the Japanese markings on there from World War II. Oh well, everybody's got one of these, don't they? 2 or 3. This is one of those Swiss, made in Switzerland, pickaxe. He used to explore all over the place, and then this is one of his items he had. But This thing's got some weight to it too. It's a Swiss job. It's got the teeth and all that, and I thought it would be good protection, you know, going out to the movies or something. This thing's like maybe 30 inches, maybe a little bit longer. But alright, well that's it for the show. It was a smorgasbord, artifacts, bottles, and knives. Anyway, good to get back on the swing of things. You can check out my page here. I'm clicking at 100 subscribers. That's pretty good. I appreciate all you guys' comments and subscribing and all that stuff. Thanks a lot. Muchas gracias.